Right, I'm Conrad, I'm 21 and I'm from England and I'm on the Lion and Research Project.
I'm Isaac, I'm 21, I'm also from England and I am also on the Lion and Research Project. We had done some volunteering previously and we liked basing our volunteering around wildlife because that's something that we're both interested in. So we decided to go for the lion conservation because that's obviously what the foundation of this whole project here is about. And then we thought we both found the research side of things really interesting, so we wanted to see how that worked.
The research itself is amazing. It's the equivalent of going on safari but actually feeling like you're making a difference to the research rather than just looking for animals and like having a good time and taking photos. And working with lions, everything about it is just incredible.
The amount of time that we spent on this project with lions was just unbelievable. Like we spent, what I'd say like 4 hours a day probably, like spending time with lions actively. Knowledge that you gain here is like massive and vast, to be honest with you. So I feel like I've come out of here a lot more knowledgeable, and also having known that I've like helped while I've been here. So it's sort of like a two-way street.
I think the thing that I took away from this especially was how the community actually react to the animals in this area. The elephants, the lions, going to the homesteads, working out what they've been attacked by, with the prey they've had, the animals that have been killed by the lions, etc., or elephant damage. It's actually really interesting to see the other side of the conflict that we don't see as people from England.
Coming here is a really nice setup, like in terms of facilities and stuff like that, so it was really enjoyable to actually just be around camp. And obviously here in Full of Forest you're in the middle of it, you're in the thick of it, so it's actually really nice to be sort of in the wild as well.
I think as well the community itself here at Full of Forest is it's so much nicer. You're obviously coming away from home, you want to make sure you're having a good time. We came as friends and that was great for us because we always knew we'd have someone to speak to, but coming as an individual here, you'd still be fine. The people here are just so friendly. You get on with everyone, from the cooks, the people who handle the lines, and then even the volunteer managers themselves. Everyone just creates this great community to work for.
I can't stress enough how much of a wonderful experience you've had in the country as a whole, not only just here at Fulham.
And if you're a bit nervous or a bit unsure about doing things, the best thing you can do is just go for it. Really enjoy the time you've got here because it goes so quickly.
Advice for volunteers that are coming. I'd come with an open mind in terms of everything you're doing is helping towards that one main goal. For example, the Legacy Project, which is something we got involved in, which is looking after the habitat as a whole, and then the game drives, which is looking at the prey for lions. All of these things link into the main project, and there are lots of ways to help towards that goal. So I think that for me, that was just as interesting as spending time with the lions. So I would say to volunteers that are thinking of coming, I don't think you'll ever find an experience like this anywhere else in the world.
All right, on video. Oh no!
Expect the unexpected.
You're gonna get eaten. Don't put that bit in.